Welcome to Nicosia, Cyprus, what is known as the world's last divided capital. I'm Josh Friedman. I am standing in front of a crossing point between the internationally recognized and EU member Republic of Cyprus, and on the other side, the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, which is only recognized by Turkey. Both the island and the capital have been divided for more than 40 years now, with a UN-administered buffer zone running in between the north and the south, between the Republic of Northern Cyprus and the Republic of Cyprus, dividing the island as well as the city. And in the middle of the city you have homes that are abandoned, some of them that have bullet holes, which are just lying in this buffer zone, this no man's land, with here in the middle of the old city and the city center, the primary crossing point between the north and the south. The south, the internationally recognized and larger part of the island, is controlled by the Greeks, and the northern part is controlled by the Turks, and it has been that way since 1974, when there was a coup here in Cyprus backed by Greece, and the Turkish military came in and took control of the northern part of the country, about a third of the island, and it has remained that way ever since, with this setup and the crossing point and the buffer zone and soldiers along the buffer zone, and both people and property displaced. Now, yesterday there was a presidential election here in the Republic of Cyprus, the Greek-controlled, larger, internationally recognized part of the island, and the Greek Cypriots re-elected President Nikos Anastasiadis. And Anastasiadis is viewed as a pro-reunification leader. In fact, over the past few years, he has been engaged, or he was engaged, in peace talks with the North. However, those talks collapsed last summer due to a variety of factors. Now, fast forward to last night, Anastasiadis was saying that it is his priority in his new term to reunify the island. But that might be easier said than done. There are major sticking points that remain, particularly the fact that Turkish troops are stationed on the island, and Turkey is showing no signs of wanting to pull their troops out of northern Cyprus, and whether the UN-mediated efforts, which might pick up again in the coming months or years, or might not, now whether they can resolve that and some other issues like the people and property that have been displaced, what's going to happen with property and people's houses that have been abandoned when they crossed back and forth 40 years ago, so on and so forth. These are sticking points and major issues, and there really is no clear path to resolution, even though on both sides of the island right now there are governments and leaders who are viewed as pro-reunification. Yesterday's vote here in the Republic of Cyprus was a presidential runoff in which Anastasiadis defeated the same challenger he faced 5 years ago, and actually both of those candidates are viewed as pro-reunification, and the candidates who are not viewed as pro-reunification and who are demanding that the Greek Cypriots take a tougher stance in negotiations with the Turks, well, those candidates lost in the first round, or were eliminated in the first round of the presidential election here. So there clearly are sentiments on both sides to come to some solution to establish a lasting peace and reunification of the island, and to eliminate this buffer zone and this confusion and this crisis that has dragged on for decades. But will that get resolved anytime soon? That, who knows? That's anybody's guess. For now, I'm just going to leave you with a couple sites from around here. I have crossed back and forth. I can show you a little footage. Here's a peace sign surrounded by, I believe, some bullet holes. Excuse me. There's no wind right now, but above me are the EU, Greek, and Republic of Cyprus flags, and on the other side of the island, or rather on the other side of this crossing, are the Turkish and Northern Cyprus flags. And as you walk all along the buffer zone, you'll see really within a matter of sometimes just 20 or 30 meters from one another, the Greek and Greek Cypriot flags on one side and the Turkish and Turkish Cypriot flags on the other side. It's a little strange here. I draw a few parallels in terms of modern day locations. Obviously there's no more divided Berlin, but I kind of think of Nicosia as something akin to a cross between, at least in terms of culture and appearance on the opposing sides, Athens and Istanbul, but in terms of this strange division that exists, maybe something in the Balkans like Mitrovica, Kosovo, or Mostar, Bosnia, and for that matter, I even see some similarities to the West Bank and the Israeli-Palestinian dispute, as there are murals and some pro-peace artwork painted actually right here in the crossing point, as well as along the buffer zone. So this is a very interesting place. Most tourists who come to Cyprus come for the beaches and the party scene and all the summer excitement that's here, but right here in what's known as the last divided capital of the world, Nicosia, Cyprus, is quite a special and interesting location. So, Efaristo, as they say in Greek, and even though I'm not on the Turkish side, I'll say teşekkürler as well. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, and goodbye.